Hey everyone, welcome back to Outta The Bunker. Today's episode is a little different. It's part podcast.
Why do anybody play golf? Why do you hit a little white ball and go after it all the time? But it is mentally, it is just so unbelievable.
Part golf match.
Good shot.
And 100% real talk.
Suck it up and forget about it. Move to the next hole.
Just like life.
Yep.
I sat down with Jaco du Plooy, an executive who's helped scale tech companies to hundreds of millions in revenue. But what made this conversation special wasn't just the business wisdom, it was everything in between. We talked about leadership, failure, parenting, mindset, and the mental game of both golf and life. There were shanks. There were birdies.
No, it's over. There you go.
Living right, man.
There you go.
That is living right.
And there were moments where you'll probably nod along thinking, yep, I've been there too.
Ah, Jaco. And then I do that. That's probably gone.
So whether you're an entrepreneur grinding through the early days or just trying to find more meaning in the daily hustle, this one's for you. Let's get into it.
You ready?
Yep. And that's right. Nice. Staying. Ooh. Thought it would be softer.
I'm over there by you. I don't think so. But we'll see. Nobody saw that one.
You see that? See what?
May have rolled in. Yeah, so I'm just over here. I had to punch out. Unfortunately.
Uh-oh. Maybe not. Hey, just stuck.
Just try again. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's wet.
Nice ball.
Oh, all the way over.
Gorgeous course, though.
It is, yeah. Okay, some sandies.
Stay.
Sit down, sit down, sit down.
Oh, good shot. Good shot.
Thanks.
Stay.
Come on, come on down, come on down. Great weight.
Thank you.
Beautiful putt. Ooh, should hit it.
Just tap it in. Just tap it in.
How often do you play?
Well, when it's cold, because not that often. But I try to get out like twice a week. I want to get out more, but I own my own business.
Yeah, that makes it tough.
Yeah, and I haven't been doing it very long. It's only been a little over 2 years. So we're not quite in that viability phase yet. And I'm still being an operator and not so much an owner.
Oh, okay.
Which is like trying to get myself out of it, but then, you end up getting yourself stuck back into it. So joys of being a business owner. That's where the whole mindset stuff started, right?
Yeah.
Like if I look at our bank account, if I would have let it got to me, I'd been like, I quit, I'm out. But I look at it, I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah.
And trying to focus on living in the present.
But have the dreams, right?
But have the dreams, yeah.
Yeah.
And not let those deter you.
No, but that must be tough from a small business just starting up, because I can guess that there's a lot of sort of setbacks in the beginning.
Yeah.
Slow, because you've got all of these expectations and they may not realize as quickly
Yeah.
as you think. And then again, that must be difficult to stay motivated.
I try to show them all the numbers. Like every week we do like a weekly meeting, and then like they keep track of the numbers, and they're young, so it could be good or bad. But I think it helps to get them more motivated.
Yeah, that's something even in a large business that I've always realized and seen, and quite early on. Don't hide things. Be open and honest about it, because then if you have to make tough decisions, it's not coming out of the blue.
Yeah.
Yes, people, in our business as well. I was in high tech, so it's very up and down every year in the market. I was in paid TV, so it very much depended on sort of even the television content and movie content and things that operators push out there on how their subscribers react to that, if they sign up or if they don't and so on. And of course that always fall back to the company in terms of our development, the cost that we can spend on software development. And as long as you're open with employees and saying how the year is looking, what happened in the past year, what the future looks like, and there's a downturn, it's easier to face that downturn than if it comes out of the blue.
Do you think a lot of people don't do that with their employees?
I think so. I think there are companies that definitely doesn't do that.
Yeah, they're so fearful that like the employees are going to have this grudge on them or something like that.
Yeah, but you have to be open, in my opinion, open and honest.
I think it's definitely helped.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like the last 2 months are really good, but they don't realize like you're still catching up from like all the previous months.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's harder for them to realize.
Yeah. It's pushed again.
Right, clear the bunker.
Might have been over, yeah. Well, that's. I think we're both on that side of the bunker. How many employees do you have?
3, and I just hired another one because one of my employees is pregnant. She's actually from South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she moved here when she was 13. And her dad has a strong South African accent. But hers, you can hear it when she says like banana.
Banana. Banana. So which one do you want to play? I think that one, at least the bunker isn't in between, but there's less...
I say yours.
Okay. These are delicate little chips. Nope. Hit it in, send it.
Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
Wow, look at it go.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, it's just, it's tough out of this short stuff. Probably should have thought of putting that one. It does for a par. At least we can see the line, sort of. Go.
Go. Oh, just a straight line.
Short. Yeah, I was talking to the manager here, and they say they've had some really horrid time with all the rain and the cold, because this course, all the greens were done brand new a few months ago. They closed the course for 6 months.
Oh wow.
No. And then after they redid them, all the bad weather came. We both missed.
So when did you come over here from South Africa?
We came over we went to the Netherlands in 1998. The company at that point was pretty small. We were about 120 people, and we were split 60-60 between the Netherlands and Randburg close to Johannesburg. And it didn't make sense to have Amsterdam office and a Joburg office. So the decision was made to close the Joburg office, and about 12 or 13 families then packed up and relocated to the Netherlands. And so we stayed there for 3 years, and then in that time our daughter was born, so our first girl was born, and then we moved to San Diego. Stayed there for about 5 years, and that's a project that me and another guy started that made sense. It's all about internet protocol, IP broadcasting, so it made sense to do it in the US because we thought that's where the market would take off. So we started up over there.
That was your business, or was that?
No, it's still part of the same company that I worked for. It was all about exploration at that stage, into software broadcasting techniques. The bread and butter business is all about protecting satellite signals for broadcasters like DirecTV, Dish, the typical satellite providers. But then IP started taking off, all the internet streaming stuff and so on. So we started getting into that, and we do security for it. That was our main business, is protecting the signals and protecting the revenue streams for companies that use it to get subscribers. So then we lived in San Diego for 5 years. At that point, we started getting into mobile as well. So we acquired a company up in Seattle. I went up to manage and run that company and stayed there for 5 years. They struggled. We had a tough time breaking into the mobile space, and the technology that we had was very similar to a company that was in Ottawa. That was probably our biggest acquisition. We acquired a company in Ottawa that basically took all of the cryptology or hardware security techniques and they developed software that was very close to the same security as what you would get in hardware. So it was a great acquisition for us. And then I moved to Ottawa, and that's where I've been the last sort of 17 years.
Was it ever hard? Like, you said that business struggled. As an entrepreneur, was it ever hard dealing with that? And like, what got you through those tough times to say like, I'm going to stick with them?
Yeah, I mean, it is hard. The interesting thing about that business, we were part of a holding company which is incredibly strong. At that point, we were part of Naspers, which was a $6 billion company, and we were their technology arm. So even though, parts of the businesses struggle, you always knew you had the backing from...
The backing.
The backing makes a big difference when you have that. And of course, you need to show your progress and that you can be successful in what the products that you're developing and so forth. But if it doesn't, they're not, because they were pretty strong, they wouldn't just kill it. They would give it time to settle. And I think in the tech business, sometimes you just need that time.
The time, and just knew that.
Yeah.
Did you ever want to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah. I thought about it a lot, but the company I worked for was...
You almost had the flexibility where you felt like you were your own entrepreneur inside of an entrepreneurship.
Yep.
That's what I want to encourage my staff to be like. I'm like, you're your own boss. So like when they come up with ideas, I'm like, that's a great idea. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of business owners, I think, struggle with that.
Yeah, they want to do what they...
Yeah, they're like, no.
Their vision, their mission, but you have to be adaptable, in my opinion. Thanks.
Good ball. Middle of the fairway.
Yep.
How long have you been golfing?
I actually didn't play in South Africa. I started playing in one of the worst places you can probably learn, in the Netherlands, because it's so wet over there. And the golf courses are always wet. But I had a friend that was an avid golfer, and he introduced me more to the game.
Oh, I think you should be used to the course today.
I know, it's wet, that's for sure. Oh yeah, beauty. Great drive.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Is it?
I know which ball we're playing. Is there water out there?
That's what I was just wondering. Did you get into golf because of business or just because your friend?
No, because...
It had nothing to do with business.
Yeah, that didn't have anything to do with business. But, the nice thing about golf is the business. You can take, when you go on travels, business travels, and you take clients and customers out golfing, that's where you really...
Build a relationship.
You really build a relationship, yeah. I think it's in the water. No, there it is. Perfect. Perfect.
Oh, good.
Do your employees play?
No. They're young. It's like a med spa anti-aging business. Like I want to do stuff all natural, reverse aging process without like Botox and everything. We do a lot of like lymphatic drainage, stuff that like naturally makes you feel better, about to add hormones. So
okay,
they're all estheticians mainly. One of them's 20, and she seems
just finished school, and
the other two are 27, and the other girl we just hired, I think she's 27 too. So still young.
Yeah, it's nice to have a young crowd in the business.
Yeah. I think that's why sometimes I love business more than anything, is like encouraging them.
Yeah. See them grow.
See them grow, yeah, it's fun. I mean, sometimes I want to murder them, but...
Yeah, well, of course.
Not often.
That will happen.
Not often. There's always one where like... And I think everybody's just like, I played basketball, so coaching everybody different is always the difficult part.
Yeah.
Like, how did you ever notice like coaching other people differently than others, or
for sure
that, or was it just ingrained in you?
No, I think sometimes you definitely have to work harder. I mean, personalities are all different, and some people will, if you coach them in a certain way, if you're a little bit more aggressive with your coaching, they don't want to do that. Other people are fine with it, so it's just something I think you learn as you coach different types of people with different personalities. And a lot of it is about what their motivation is as well, and how you get them to be motivated. And they're all different. Some are money, some are, having fun at the job. Some are, it's different. So.
Yeah, I've always been a self-motivated person. So I'm like, you don't have to go in and tell me what to do. So when I have to tell someone what to do, I'm like, I don't get this.
Yeah.
And it's not sometimes that they don't have work ethic, but they have to be told exactly what to do.
Yeah. Okay, great drive.
Thank you.
Oh, it's over. There you go.
It's living right, man.
There you go.
That is living right.
I wonder if I can top that. Oh, that's left. Well, at least we've got one in play.
Funny.
That's
Every
funny how it
time
just bounces
I
out.
know. It's like one of those, the water always gets into my head. I'm like, don't think about the water, don't think about the water. But
Yeah.
I don't know what. It's a mind game. You know, it's like people who are like, I can't ever hit my driver. And I'm like, it's just all mental.
Yeah.
Are there the people that always buy new clubs?
And it doesn't help at all.
Doesn't help at all.
Nope. But there's so much content on the internet for this stuff.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
incredible.
It's crazy. Oh, good shot.
Oh, wow. I thought it would be faster than that. Yeah, it just stopped.
Ah.
I would guess about 3 balls. More than 3 balls. Huh. Yeah, it's really slow. We're not really scoring, are we? Are you?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay, good. Just having fun
Yeah.
playing golf.
You know, for the longest time, because it was so mental, that's why I didn't play. Because I'm like, I want to be good at everything.
Yeah.
And my dad always played, but whatever my dad said, I was like, I'm going to do the opposite.
Oh, was it one of those?
It was one of those for sure.
Was he a good player or?
Yeah, he was good.
Okay.
He had a bad back at the end, so he'd like roll up right to like the green though, and I'm like, but I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Oh, yeah,
But he would get very angry.
yeah.
He was that guy that like threw his clubs, and my mom would be like, I'm not playing with you anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing about golf as well, I think, which sort of relates to business, is etiquette.
Oh yeah.
It's so important to have the right etiquette
right
in
etiquette.
golf. Yeah. Same place. The slice is back. Same place.
You guys.
We're gonna have some fun with the trees there. Oh, I saw a drop.
Slicing
That may
together.
be nice and open from there.
Man, I feel like I hit it well,
Yeah.
but then you slice it.
Yeah.
It sounded so good.
One of the things that I struggle with is just the outside in, to get the hips moving before the shoulder starts moving. It's one of the things I'm trying to improve, but it's a work in progress.
I know, me too. Because then if I do, I start to move my whole body.
Yeah.
Instead of just my hips or just my arms.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
Didn't get any height on it, but
living right like my water shot.
well, it's out. I think you're just gonna play from grass today, Jay. No bunkers, no water.
I'll take it.
As long as it's the short grass. So you good with Jay, or is that what people call you, Jay?
Jay.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a lot easier than Janessa. My family used to call me Nessa, but
Where are you from originally?
I grew up in Utah. I was born in Alaska.
Okay.
I've been in Texas. I left Utah when I was 18. My family still lives there. And we're not Mormon. Not that that's a bad thing, but
Yeah.
it's usually everybody's first question.
Yeah, Utah is. I was there a few times, and it's quite amazing to see the number of churches on every street corner. It's
street
incredible.
And then people just assume that you're Mormon there.
Yeah.
So like growing up, they'd be like, oh, what ward are you in? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not in a ward.
And then when did you move to Texas?
2006, I played college at West Texas, or basketball at West Texas A&M. So
Okay.
I moved up there in 2006. Went to Arizona first, then I went to West Texas. So it's like there's so much stuff that I always let my mind get to my head. Like get on the free throw line, anything like that. It would get to me.
Where in Texas?
It's over there by Amarillo area,
Okay.
Panhandle.
Oh, it gets hot over there as well, I guess.
It gets hot, but then it gets really cold. It's like,
Yeah.
and it's the windy city.
Yeah.
So it would be freezing, almost like Chicago sometimes. And then the dust would be terrible. Huh. So then I'm in.
But no snow, right? It's not that.
No, they would. I mean, even Dallas gets snow. Surprisingly.
But is it? I guess when they get snow, it's not a usual event. It's an unheard of sort
It
of
usually
event.
happens once a year, or like
Oh,
Dallas,
okay.
it'll freeze and ice over.
Yeah.
This winter's been rough.
Yeah, it looks like that's been the case everywhere. Why is it so low? Get out of the bunker.
Oh,
It did.
it got out.
That looks nice. Kick a bit left.
Enough club. Goal is I'm gonna have to get new clubs one day. Those are hand-me-downs. I used to go to
So-
driver range all the time, and these guys were like, mine were terrible. I'm like, hey, some guy donated these clubs. You want them? I'm like, sure.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you're traveling with him whenever you travel with the clubs?
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know when you're in for a game of golf. I think we play yours, right? Because that stance there is
Yeah, that looks
it's
pretty.
not. It's
pretty rough.
nasty. See if we can sharpen up the short game a bit. Kick left, kick left. Nice. Putting. Get up, get up, get up. Oh. The fast green scared us.
Shorted it. It's terrible.
Why didn't you just go home? That's your home!
Go on.
Nice.
Even that is short. Screens are really not as fast as the last time we've played them. The manager was very apologetic this morning about the condition.
Oh, that was nice of them.
But and he says they're working hard to get it fixed. But the problem is it's here everything goes dormant in winter. Nothing grows. So they can't really do anything now because nothing grows. Once spring breaks and things starts growing, they can start to improve things. But for now, it's just trying to maintain. That always amazes me about places like Ottawa and probably Minnesota as well, where, you know, it's when winter comes, everything, all the grass is under feet of snow. And as soon as the snow is gone, everything is already green. It just stays green. It doesn't go dormant or white, or it just stays green. It's amazing.
So if you would have started your own business, what would you have done? Or do you
That's a
even know?
very good question. I don't really know. When I was growing up, I definitely didn't know what I wanted to do. So back in those days in South Africa, there was national service. So you had to do 2 years national service, whether you do it right after school, or you can then decide to go to college and then do it after college. But you always had to do it. So at school, when I was in school, I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I mean, forever I wanted to be a pilot. So I decided just to take the 2 years, go to do the national service, and then after that, go to college. And then I got a scholarship through a company that actually built missile technology. Because of apartheid in South Africa those days, there were a lot of sanctions against us. So we had to build develop most of our own technology, including weaponry. So I got a scholarship through them, went to study, and then went to work for them. Now I started off as a hardware engineer and sort of transitioned to software development. And I really enjoyed it. I think if I had to do my own business, it will probably be something in high tech.
Really?
Yeah. I love high tech. I love technology.
You always have?
I have, yeah.
Well, probably your son loves it too, obviously.
Yeah.
Carries down. It's interesting what always carries down from generation to generation. So, like, what did your dad do?
Yeah.
Did your dad do something in tech?
No, he didn't.
He didn't?
My dad was, he was a car salesman for a long time.
Oh.
Yeah. Tech, I guess, has evolved a lot
Yeah.
in the last 30 years. So,
I mean, especially the AI now.
yeah. Oh, a little short.
Ah!
Hop out, hop out. Oh, no.
Not as much
Not
luck.
this time. Do you feel in your business like, you know, thinking about your first water shot and your second water shot, does luck play a big role in your business?
You know, I've listened to a lot about that, and I don't think it's much luck as it is faith. And to have the belief to say, like, okay, I'm going to make it through versus like, oh, we just got lucky this month. Like, I think it's having that enduring faith
Belief
and belief. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And living in the present.
Yeah.
I think that's my hardest thing. And I think a lot of people, like, you live in the past. And I've always relived, like for basketball, I'd shoot a bad free throw and you go up to the free throw line and all I could remember was that free throw instead of focusing on the next shot, and you just completely forget about what was there. Like, I remember Michael Jordan one time, they were like, hey, are you afraid you're going to miss a shot? He's like, well, I haven't shot it. And I'm like, that's why he has the greatest mindset.
Yeah.
Like, to be able to, like, how do you do that?
Yeah, yeah. It's all about forgetting about the past, and that's the same as golf, right?
Oh.
You can't take a shot forward with you. You have to forget about it.
No, and it's one of the hardest things I think a human has to do.
Yeah, because it's always in the back. But
Always in the back of your head.
yeah, yeah.
See, this one looks like it's not as slow as the other ones. There's not much sand.
Okay, there's a few lines on the sand, so it breaks left at the end for sure. So probably going to aim sort of halfway in the shadow.
Ooh.
Get it. Oh!
Done. Nice.
Got the birdie.
Nice.
I must say, all of these lines helped a bit.
We needed that.
We did, for sure. At least now I've proved there's a birdie.
So what do you think? Do you think it's luck or do you think it's...
No, I think in anything in life you have to get a bit lucky. I always think that, for business as well, you get a few opportunities in life where you need to make a big decision. Either you go with it or you don't go with it. And those decisions are pretty important. Our decision, for example, it was to leave South Africa the first time. It's a really tough decision because you leave all your family behind. You come to a place where you've never lived before. It's all new. It's a big decision, but it was the right decision. And it's interesting for a bunch of people that moved out with us, families. We were about 13 families. I would say half of them moved back within the first year.
Because they just couldn't back to their comfort zone?
Went back to the comfort zone. As soon as you're in South Africa, there's a lot of help around for relatively inexpensive. In the Western world, it's more expensive, for sure. In Europe, more than here to get help in the house. But we've always been used to just do our own thing. We don't care about the help in terms of cleaning the house, cleaning the garden up and so forth. And it's weird. Some people just didn't want to live with that.
Are you the most successful of all of your family members now to this day?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And again, because of the opportunity that we made the decision, let's leave South Africa.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's take a big step, and it worked out. For sure.
It's almost taking a leap of faith.
It is, absolutely. Yeah.
I heard somebody one time say you have to know you're in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
So not the fact that it's luck, but be like, okay, this is the faith. This is the leap that I'm going to take at this time.
It has to be somewhat calculated, but there's a lot of unknowns always when you do that kind of thing. And then you have to be a little bit lucky for it to work out, I still think. But I agree with you, leap of faith is...
I don't know, it's hard.
It is, yeah.
It's hard, whether it be luck or faith or probably a combination of both.
Yeah, maybe.
But I think when you're more in tune with where you're going, and I think a lot of people don't know the goal that they have, right? I didn't know what goal I had until a year ago.
Yeah.
So I think that if you've never got a goal, but if you're set on something, I think it's a lot easier to take those leaps.
Yeah. But you know what Gary Player always said, right? The more you practice, the luckier you get. It's very true.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice.
Thanks. We like it when it's a dog leg right.
The more you practice, the luckier you get. I don't think I'm going to forget that.
And he was definitely one of my all-time heroes.
Really?
Gary Player. It was just the man he is, what he does for the game of golf, what he does just in general for people. His personality, he's a fantastic guy. And he's in the 80s, and he still plays mean golf. Dang. Round of golf, yeah.
And interview him.
Yeah, you should. You'll probably do it. It wouldn't be a problem.
That's the problem, is getting a hold of these people.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure. I know he spends a lot of his time still in South Africa, but he lives somewhere in the US. But we can probably look it up where. Stay in. Oh.
Water is just my friend today.
It's like a magnet sometimes. This course does have quite a few water holes.
I blame it on the driver I'm not used to.
Yeah. So did you break it on your travels here? Or?
Yeah, I opened the bag and it was broken.
Oh, maybe could you claim it back maybe from the...
I don't think they say no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they don't cover, I guess, damage to things like that.
It was a hand-me-down from an ex, so maybe it's meant
time for it to be time for a good new driver. You should go for a fitting.
I know.
And get
somebody
nice
to sponsor me once I get this golf show going.
Yeah.
It's so expensive.
Did you watch a lot of golf when you grew up?
No, because my dad was like, he'd watch golf, he'd want me to play, so I was like, not gonna do it. He'd want me to watch women's basketball, and I was like, this is painful. It's like watching paint dry. Now women's basketball is so good.
Yeah, you enjoy it. Yeah.
But no, I was that stubborn kid. Like, he'd say, you need to score more, and I was defensive player of the year. He's like, you need to shoot more. I'd shoot with my left hand because he'd get mad at me for it, and I'm not a lefty. I think it's interesting figuring out, why you did that? Like why you acted like that?
Why you're such a sort of a rebel.
Whether it be...
And what's your relationship now?
He's passed away.
Oh, he
Back
passed
in
away.
2013. It's been a while.
Okay.
Nice ball.
Thanks.
People are going to be playing yours again?
Well, we should try and get 2 birdies in a row. That would be cool. Of course, yesterday I played with Steph and he had 3 birdies.
Dang.
And he had a good chance at 4. He missed a 5-feet putt for 4. Yeah, it's always fun when the 2 of us play.
Really? So competitive?
Yeah. Yeah, relationships with parents is a different thing. I didn't have a great relationship with my dad either. So it's something when you have kids one day, then you sort of realize it's your responsibility as the parent to make it work. It's not the kid's responsibility to make it work.
Yeah, and you don't realize how much like is ingrained in your subconscious from what they said and what they did and how it carries over. Like my dad had a really good business and then they sold it in Alaska for a bunch of money, lost all of his money. Like somehow I think he traded or something like that. So I think a lot of my money issues come from him subconsciously, whether I realize it or not. Like to be able to grow for wealth and
But I mean, if you think about it, when you start getting a brain, like I don't know, at 10 or 11, it's another 6-7 years that you spend with them and learn from them, as you say, subconsciously sometimes, and things. This is what I don't want to do one day. This is definitely what I want to do one day in terms of behavior and how you treat other people and so on.
How do you think that you got through that with your dad then?
Well, it's through that. I couldn't wait to leave home.
Really?
Yeah, I just couldn't wait to leave home, and that's when I went to the army, I never really went back to home. Of course, visit, but not to stay long term or anything like that.
I don't think your family always has to be like, you don't have to support your family. Your parents should support you because they brought you into this world, but you're not obligated to them.
Yep, for sure. Okay, see if we can get another birdie. Break, break, break. Oh. It didn't break. Come on, come on, come on.
Do you remember like what age you were like, I'm going to leave home and I'm going to like have success and deter kind of from your family or what?
Yeah, I think it wasn't probably around 15, 16 where I just had enough and I had to really grind out the last few years before I could get out of there.
Was there somebody that like was influenced in your life that like helped you or did you think you were on your own? Nobody, not like a school teacher or anything like that? No,
not really. No, it was it was basically me. Yeah, it was a tough time, I would say, but.
Oh, I'm sure. At the age of 15.
Yeah.
It's amazing how some people get through that though, and some people let them be their failure. It's like how you
bring them down.
The rest of their life, they're going to be a parent for something. Instead, you like excel through that. How about your mom?
No, we had a great relationship.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but my dad wasn't always that great with my mum either. So. Family stuff.
Family stuff.
Should be okay.
All right.
Nice open fairway.
Keep slicing it right.
I heard it a few times, but I didn't see it come down.
I didn't see it come down either. I think it's in those trees.
You should. You're welcome to use my driver.
Okay.
Try this one rather.
Okay. Thank you.
It's a little bit set up to counter the slice a bit, but not that it necessarily does it. But
I don't know. I mean, that other driver I had was a male's driver. I don't know if it might be a little bit too short. I'm not sure, but
this one here it's a
female.
Female.
Yeah.
So the shaft is probably quite flexible as well. Ah, Jaco. Nope. That's not a great shot.
Ah.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
Take that.
Very good.
Finally. Were you ever afraid of failing?
Yeah, always. I mean, for sure, yeah.
How did you get over that, though?
I think just, again, it's probably the belief that you have to try, you have to make a success. There was no, I guess what's the right word in English? There wasn't, couldn't live with failure, so I had to not fail.
Right.
Yeah, it's not an option
Yeah.
to me to fail. So
Or if you did fail, get back up from your failure.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean there's setbacks for sure, but it's those setbacks you just have to get up and we can probably putt that one.
Yeah.
Go. Just slows down.
Come on.
Come on, come on, come on. Probably the right line. This is so slow.
I know. My problem is I love to kill it.
Yeah.
If they're slow, then I'll like be soft or kill it.
I guess with the scramble, it's nice. If you do putt second, you don't care. You just nail it. Of course, if the first one is close enough.
Such a nice day.
Beautiful. Yeah, I can't wait to see it in summer. In real summer, I mean.
Yeah.
This to me is summer, but from the cold.
You're gonna play like 6 days a week?
I'll probably try and play 4, or at least 4, and try for 5.
Does your wife play at all?
No, but she loves to walk. So our routine is first thing in the morning. So I like to just, even in the previous club, because I was a member there as well, I would get to tee off 15 minutes before the first tee times. And then and then the two of us would walk it, and I would play a golf course in 2.5 hours.
Oh.
So, because there's no one in front,
Yeah.
just zoom through. So these two courses have a lot more members, so I'm not sure I'll be able to do that, but I'm certainly going to join a group that's, they call it play the dew or something, to just get out as early as possible, and she'll walk the course with me. Yeah, I want to try and get her into golf, but she's not big on sports. So I'm big on sports, rugby, cricket, whatever it is.
I know, me too.
And she's not.
Not
so
rugby, cricket, but sports.
Yeah. Well, rugby cricket for you guys isn't really a well-known thing, right? Though America is starting to play rugby.
Yeah, America's starting to play rugby.
Yeah, they do well in the sevens sometimes. I don't know if you follow the sevens, but I think it's in Vancouver. It was in Vancouver last weekend. They do fairly well in those, but they still have a ways to go for the big boy 15-man rugby.
Yeah, I've seen it really pick up though, rugby.
Yeah.
Even at like my nieces go to a private school and they play rugby there. So
it's
class too.
I have to say it's a fantastic team sport.
Really?
It's to me probably in the team sports that I have played, rugby was by far the most fun.
If you were to go back and play sports at a younger age, would you or your kids, would you start them in golf or a team sport?
No, team sport.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I
would definitely have them play both, because I know Steph, he loved football, American football. He played that in Canada from a team perspective, but then golf and squash. If he were to choose, I should ask him, but he'd probably... I choose golf. You learn to work with other people. You learn to not just depend on yourself, but depend on another team as well. It's not, because even business is not an individual thing. You need a team around you.
True.
And to me, I think the skills that you learn to communicate, make plans together on moves and things like that. I think it's a good skill to have.
Yeah. You think less people lack how to work with each other as a team versus how to work one-on-one with themselves then?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Stay away from the sun, though.
I don't know.
Right in the middle.
If that bunker is connected, then I'm in trouble. What did you enjoy? Did you enjoy the team aspect of
I do.
basketball?
I think that I needed more one-on-one, because even though I was always a team player, but it still became one-on-one against myself. And if I would have been a stronger mental person, mentally, I think I would have succeeded more.
Okay.
And a team sport, if that makes sense.
Yeah, dog's eggs left.
You should have a 7 then?
7 iron?
What do you think?
Yeah, just lay up. Are you trying to just get to the 150?
Yeah, since I have such a slice.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, because there's not, unless you go over these trees.
Yeah,
it's
one I've been slicing it.
Or you draw it around the trees, but it's a weird tee shot. You hit it straight. It's still going. That may be the better ball to play if I'm in the bunker, for sure. Why do you say that if you think you had more sort of believe in yourself, confidence in yourself, that the team sport would have been
better?
Better.
Because innately, I think, I don't know if it's just because I'm the youngest, but I always wanted to like help everybody else out, give everybody else, and I never like had that dog instinct in me.
Oh, okay.
Like when it's you against yourself, it's almost like that fear of failure, right?
Yeah.
But I think sometimes you, as a team sport, you have other people to rely on.
Yeah.
So when it's you as a one-on-one, you have to find that dog in you. And I innately like give too much and cater to people. So I would let everybody else take the
credit.
Take the stardom when I'm like, oh, it's okay, I don't need to. But if I was on golf, I'm like, I have to. I have no other choice.
Yeah.
And I think I would have been tougher mentally to be able to go into a team sport.
Well, that makes sense. How did you overcome that then?
I think I'm still overcoming it.
Oh, okay. Still, it's never a done deal.
It's never a done deal.
Yeah.
I just barely got into all the mindset probably like a year and a half ago when I was when I started my business, because I was like, man, shit's not easy. You punch it out with like a 7?
Yeah, probably. There's this bunker in front as well.
When you punch it, you hit it like that, right?
Yeah. Well, that's in the fairway. Yep, that'll work. Maybe a little aggressive then.
Oh.
I rolled in. You have to get lucky out of a bunker. Well, I have to. Bunker shots are tough.
That's why I think it's interesting, like where you're just 15, like you just had this mindset. You don't even know where it came from. And some of you will have hard time with that.
Yeah. I have to say, I think, going 2 years to national service to the army, it instills a humongous amount of discipline into you. That definitely helped. Discipline is pretty much key.
Yeah. To life.
To life, to everything you do.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, we stop practicing. Basketball you practice, but in life, like people do something, but then they stop instead of continuing it and continuing to practice the same habits, where that's probably what you learned a lot.
Yes.
To like be consistent and do it over and over and over again.
Repetition.
Ah, short.
Get up, get up. Spin, spin, spin.
Nice shot.
This one, I'm not sure is going to do much. I think it's pretty straight.
Oh.
So close.
Just broke a little to the right. Get him. Oh. Yeah, we probably should have bought that hole.
Yeah, it worked out well that he was like, oh yeah, my parents lived up there. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. Do you think everything happens for a reason?
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
2. So Steph and then Michelle, our daughter, she's very much an outdoor person as well. She's consistently in the water. She's a big water fan. So scuba diving, she's a scuba diving
very nice.
dive master, and she's all about underwater photography. Her boyfriend's got a couple of, his dad's got a couple of boats as well. So they are constantly on the water.
Really?
They're right now, and I think they're on their way to the Bahamas right now, where they're going to do some photo shoots for a crew on a boat as well. Yeah, so she loves the outdoors, loves it in Florida.
Yeah, she lives close by here?
She's in the Keys, so it's about 5 hours drive down for us.
Oh, that's not terrible.
It's not terrible. And at least we can drive.
Canada.
Yeah, and we don't have to fly. You just drive down, so that's fun.
Does she have her own business?
Yes. Well, no, she works in the hospitality industry as well, but then she's trying to get her own business going with photography, trying to get a name for her out there. So a lot like what Steph's doing is trying to get your name out.
You were an entrepreneur, but you raised 2 like entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Do you think that reflected in your parenting, or what did you tell them? It had to somehow.
I don't know. I mean, Steph, since he was like 13 or 14, he started to clearly show interest in some of Andy Frisella podcast stuff and entrepreneurship and business and so on. Michelle was more, she studied biosciences, finished her 4 years, and that's how she got to Florida. She got an internship with the Coral Restoration Foundation. Oh. So ended up in Florida and worked with them for I think about a year, and then just made a decision. She wants to just work, get enough money, and then travel and get to places where she can take fantastic pictures.
Yeah.
But how that got installed in them, I'm not sure if it's got anything to do with me. I don't know. I'm not sure.
You're just too nice. It has to.
Maybe I complain too much about managing people, and that's why I decided I never want to manage a bunch of people, and therefore I'm going to do my own thing. Thanks.
ball.
I think I hit it a little bit on the toe here. But you can see on my driver, where do I hit most of my balls?
Yeah, you're hitting
Right
mostly
there.
off the toe, yeah.
Yeah.
But they fly pretty straight consistently.
Yeah.
But you get that real solid kind of sound off it.
But it doesn't go far, George.
Yeah. I
This is the
Go
problem.
straight.
Oh, no, look how fat I hit it.
Oh.
Goodness gracious, Jaco. Dirt all over me.
No, I always have it all over my legs, and I'm like, how is everybody else so clean? And it's all over my legs. If you were to tell your younger self something, would you told your younger self anything?
It's a good question. Yeah, I think I probably would have told myself to be less tense sometimes, relax more. Like on the golf course when, as we just said, I don't like holding people up. And so I just go with it sometimes instead of getting messed up around it. And
thinking too much about it?
yes.
Do you think you've gotten more relaxed or better at it?
I think I have. My wife always tells me that when the kids grew up, my wife always said I was the much more impatient one. And I've gotten more patient, and she is now the more impatient one.
Really?
Yeah.
You need a lot of patience when it comes to golf.
I know.
And-
Maybe that's what, when I started playing, that's what helped.
Yeah, that's why I think.
Possible.
Oh, I bet you it did. It's helped me not be so. I would get so frustrated, and then
Yeah.
it's okay. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Same kind of shot as the last one. Sit, sit, sit.
Oh, good shot.
Thanks. All right, look at it go.
Oh,
Wow.
short.
Get up, get up, get up. Yeah, it is true that when you get mad and you're not patient about hitting a bad shot, you're just going to mess up your game further. Can't get mad. Suck it up and forget about it.
Move on.
Move to the next hole.
Just like life.
Yep. See, Steve, yesterday when we pitched here, the ball would have ended up over here.
It sat. It just stuck on the green.
Yeah, here it just bounces and rolls. Let's look at the lines. Definitely going left to right. Uphill, slow. Ooh, that one moved a lot.
Ah,
Oh. Yeah, good goal.
Thanks.
nice.
Oh, we're done with 9.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's so many more women that are playing golf these days, though.
Yeah, it has picked up for sure. But sometimes it's fun to watch them play.
Yeah. You know what's funny though? I don't know where I got this from, but I'm not. I always like to play with guys. Like I've always been like that, even when I was little.
Okay.
Like basketball.
Mix it up with the guys, yeah.
I'd go to the gym and.
Do you just destroy the other women that you compete against?
No, I think I just always want to elevate myself, and not to say that I can't elevate myself with women, but just a different headband, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it is. I wonder if sometimes if it's in our sort of amateur sport arena, if there's so much competition against when women play golf, for example, if it's so competitive when they play it as in when the men play.
I don't know.
Testosterone is probably sometimes plays a role. I don't know. Certainly on LPGA, they are very competitive.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different story. I mean, if I played with them, yeah. But when it comes to just like pairing up or random strangers like on the golf course,
Yeah. Now, so we looked at a house. I'll show you when we get to, I think it's around number 13 or so, hole. And it was in foreclosure. And then we took too long to figure out all the details around, what to do when it's in foreclosure and what your risk is to buying the house and so forth. And then we decided, this was around middle of December. And then we went down to the Keys for Christmas and New Year with the family. And then when we came back, we decided, let's just look at a few more houses. And we had an appointment to look at a few more houses today. And when we walked into the first house, the agent said they just had an offer on that foreclosed house.
Oh, really?
It was, we were so disappointed, but that's okay. We got a nice place.
Foreclosures.
This must be about 180, I think.
Good shot.
That's too much. Strike.
It's a great shot. Ah,
Oh, it's coming back.
I'm right. I always try to kill it. Like when I get the cup in my hand, that's why I always miss it.
Yeah. It should always just be nice and easy, but it's so difficult.
So difficult. It's like life.
Yeah.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, exactly.
We want to make it so hard.
Yep.
I think too, we're so ingrained to like work hard, but a lot, sometimes you can work less. You cannot go.
You can work
like
smart.
Step, you can
Yeah.
work smarter.
Yeah.
We're just taught though that you have to work your ass off,
Yeah.
which you do, but to different degrees, right?
Yeah. No, work smart is important for sure. Because, I mean, especially if you've got so many balls in the air if you have your own business. I can see that with him as well. You just can't do everything. You have to make choices. And even with the customers that he has, we sort of look at his profitability per customer. It's so important because when a customer is not profitable, why do you have it?
Yeah.
Drop them.
Yeah.
Focus on someone else or renegotiate the contract or whatever. But
I think you're so fearful that when you're starting off,
yeah, you have
fear,
to. Yeah.
because you're like, oh, I
Sure.
want everybody like.
And because you get customers by your name, through
Yeah.
your name, and you don't want to disappoint anyone, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, no, that's true.
Or you're like, I want to make a profit, so here's a discount. I'll give you this.
Yeah.
But it hurts you in the long run.
As long as when you get to a point to make that decision,
Yeah.
you need to make it. I don't know, that could be a chip. It's pretty far. At least there's lots of green to work with. I know what Steph would do. He would putt this. Actually, I think I'm going to putt it
You?
too. You would putt it.
100%. I'd put it if it was back there.
I hate putting those.
Oh, I put as much as I can.
Really?
The worst putt's going to be better than the worst chip, to think about it that way.
It is true.
Yeah. Like spilling a chip, no thanks.
Yeah, that's what I like to do.
Get over the hill. Get over the hill. Get over. Get up. Get up. Not enough.
That's why these ones, I always feel like I either kill them. Too much.
Slow down. Yeah.
That's why I don't like putting out of there.
Yeah.
Because I always kill them. I think my chip's better off.
Yeah, I don't know. In hindsight, probably should have chipped that, but
We listened to the coach, and it was a
yeah,
bad decision.
should have just kept quiet.
Oh, that's a great putt from right there. Going downhill.
Yep.
I haven't even told my mom I'm doing this.
Oh, okay. How do you think she'll react?
She probably would ask like, oh, how much is it costing? Blah, blah, blah. So I just don't talk to her about
what's the-
financial stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to do that with you and your business? Because then when people start questioning you, you start questioning yourself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes it's better not to just tell people. And
Yeah. Just go do it and be successful and then tell them, oh,
successful and be like,
that's
oh, yeah,
what I've
by the
done.
way,
Yeah.
I'm just golfing with like Charles Barkley Day.
yeah,
I'm like,
there you
"What?"
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was also off the toe a little bit. What?
Yeah, it was, for sure. Yeah, I'm wondering sometimes if I should now line up the ball more on the inside, more on the hill. Maybe that'll help a bit.
You know what it's like when you start doing these things?
Of course, as soon as you change it, everything disappears.
Overthink stuff.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, there he is, right against the tree at the back.
For the longest time, I would always slice it right. And then I had a guy help my golf swing. He's like a pro amateur guy,
Okay.
but he just breaks it down so simple. He's like, just go straight back and follow through. And I was like, that's it. Where everybody else, you go, especially as a woman,
Yeah.
the old guys are going to be like, move your
Oh, there
feet
it
this
is.
way, change your feet this way. So
Yeah, I
it
know.
really gets you like overthinking about everything.
Yeah, I think there's just a few simple principles that if one focuses on that, it's not that, I mean, I say that, but it's not supposed to be that difficult a game, but yeah, I don't know. It's a difficult game. It's difficult to be consistent.
Yeah.
It's easy to hit a decent shot every now and again, but to do that consistently, that's where in my view, where the real difficulty comes in.
I think that's just like life, though.
Yes.
Being, like you said, being consistent in something that you do.
Yeah.
And when you say you're going to do it, do it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just don't
Commit to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the commitment. Commit to the shot.
Do it.
Ah, pulled it. At least it's not in the bunker. Oh, nice shot. Great hit.
Finally.
Get up, get up. Yeah, great shot.
Thanks.
That was a solid hit.
Finally.
You did the simple things. Pull back straight.
Yeah. And I didn't think about it as much.
Yeah.
I paused too long at all.
All kinds of things creep in your head.
Uh-huh.
This is a long par 4.
It is.
Oh, Jaco. Thinned it. Oh, second time today. That's a good shot. Get up. Yeah, very nicely played.
Thank
Oh, nice putt. Just a little more. Did that actually break a little bit at the end?
A little bit at the very end, yeah.
Yeah. Wrong way. We need to get back to birdies.
Yes.
Bogey, bogey.
Did you ever have any like self-limiting beliefs? Like self-limiting beliefs, like something that like you felt like you were inadequate or something that...
Yeah, I think I felt like most of my life as a kid as well. I had a stigma that I underperform, and I don't, in school and in sport and all of that, you always feel like I can do better, but I don't. And I still have a little bit of it, I think.
do?
Yeah, I still haven't completely gotten rid of that though. I've made more, I guess, peace with the fact that just try your best, and if you do something well, then fantastic, but try your best. Whatever you do, don't look back and say, I haven't tried my best. When something fails or something is difficult and you didn't succeed or whatever, it's not because you didn't try your best, as long as you try your best.
That's how you think you worked past it.
Yeah, I think so.
That makes sense. Instead of dwelling on it.
Yep. You can also only work with the information that you have at the time, right? You can look into the future, unfortunately. So work with the information you have and try your best.
I think a lot of people have so many self-limiting beliefs that it's hard to work through them sometimes.
How about you?
I think it was my lack of self-worth. I didn't realize, like, maybe if you look back at like dating, right? And if I would have had better self-worth, I would have dated better people. That makes sense. So I think once you elevate your own self-worth, you start to attract people
Of that same
mentality.
Yeah.
That's why so many people are like, oh, I always find the wrong job. Well, it's not really the case. It's just that you're attracting that to yourself.
Where do you push into getting your own or starting your own business?
I went to Vegas a lot. This guy used to date me, and there was, we used to go to Vegas all the time. And there was this guy named Chuck, and I'll never forget him. He was, throwing down like $3,000 a hand and making so much money. Like, he would hit, he would win. And it was up like $130,000. And I think he'd only bought in for like $2,000. But every time he put it down, he'd be like, scared money don't make no money. I was like, it's so true. I was working for a neurosurgeon. I was working in the ER. I was doing the same thing, like just working my ass off. And I'm like, it's just going to continue to go in this circle if I don't change something. And I was brought up to like fearful of debt, fearful of like taking that step, make sure all of your, bills are paid. Like before I started my business, everything was paid. My car was paid. The only thing I had was house debt. My student loans were paid off, everything. But I was like, you're right, Chuck. Scared money don't make no money.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to, the risk sometimes, you have to put risk and reward, right? Same as in golf. Sometimes you go for the risky shot and you get the reward, or you're in deeper trouble. But if you don't take the risk, you have no option. You're not going to get lucky. You're not going to get that success.
Just live in the same little rat race.
Little bubble, yeah.
And I think I was so scared of failure. Just in life, like even in sports, golf, that's what always is like, I think held me back. But if you realize when you fail, if you get up from your failures, or you learn so much more from actually failing. Yeah,
for sure. If you learn from, and you will learn from your failures, that's absolutely true. And I guess the learning is just don't do the same thing again.
Because I think failure?
I know my biggest failure.
Would you say your biggest failure?
Oh, I have to think about it. Chunky as well.
Oh, 100. 100's coming.
Go on.
Oh,
not too bad.
Very good.
It was a bit chunky.
great shot.
Thanks.
Good.
Sometimes I see that with Steph as well. He never plays, and when he plays, he's got expectations that every ball has to have perfect. He gets so mad if it is. And I said, Steph, how can you expect to play well if you play once in 3 months?
You just do.
Yeah.
I think it's like competitive nature.
Yeah.
But I've learned to like golf has made me calm down because if I stayed angry, every shot.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, see if we can make another birdie.
Come on, keep going.
Yeah, I have to say, answering the question about failures, I've been, I guess, lucky. There's obviously failures in a business sense, but because I didn't necessarily have my own money at stake, although of course you've got stock in the company and all of that, so at the end of the day that all helps. There wasn't really business failures. There's of course failures of products, but from a personal perspective I would say it's more in some of the discussions that Steph and I had, where he's quite a bit different viewpoints than I have, and I would get mad because of it. And don't properly listen to him, get mad because he's just disagrees with me, and I don't really listen why he disagrees, and then it ends up in argument. And I think that's something that especially since he's left home, I think since he left home when I was 18, 19 maybe, that has changed. It's fine to argue or have differences of opinion, but at least now I feel like I listen a lot more than what I did in the earlier days, because it was a little bit of irritation and all of that, and that it made me react badly. And I think that was a bit of a failure for sure.
And him wanting to do his own thing, and
yes,
thinking your perspective.
It's you should do
it.
It's my way or the highway, and he's like, no, that's not the way it is.
I think there's a lot of parents that think that. But at least you recognize it. Though.
No, and we've got a great relationship.
So. Yeah, you seem like you do.
Yeah, we enjoy each other's company for sure. Talk about lots of things, and we don't agree on a lot of things. I mean, for sure. But we can talk about it. And work through it.
I think everybody thinks that you have to agree on something, but there's very few stuff that like people can actually talk about. Communication's key. I was not a good communicator.
And being a good listener is key. And I feel that's where I fell short a lot in the past, especially with him. Wasn't a good listener. But you have to listen. You have to take other people's, put yourself in their shoes, listen to their issues, and then react to them.
Is that how you made you be like able to manage people so well? Do you think?
I think so. Yeah.
Because you're a really good listener.
Yep. In business, not in personal life. That's the problem. No, got back. Wow, this is not going to be fun. We're going to have to go high over that tree and stop it somehow. See, this is the house. Steph, here's our house.
Oh, this one.
So I looked it up with my golf ball.
You what?
I looked it up with my golf ball.
Oh, God.
That's my tee shot.
That's amazing. I should have hit it out of revenge.
I know.
Beat you to it.
This is going to be quite tough. Right over this tree. No, it's too far right. It's safe, but too far right. Get through. Yeah, unfortunately these are lots of space covered.
Still have a lot of footage to analyze our swing.
Yeah. Safe. You're gonna have to tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
Everything. I'm just kidding.
You go back and analyze our swings for us.
Yeah. Okay, so we're chipping again. Let's borrow this guy. Chip and a putt. Wow, we don't have much green to work with, do we?
No. Oh, that's a great chip.
Thanks. Yeah, it bounced a bit right.
Kick to the right, yeah.
Too short. Maybe a little to the...
Yeah, I wonder if it's left. Yeah, if it's right lip.
Because it goes downhill. Oh.
It didn't move.
Didn't move.
It didn't move. Same thing, didn't move. Oh well. We'll use our bar in the next hole. And then I do that. That's probably gone. Go. Oh. Okay, we have our work cut out for us on this par 5, but it's a par 5.
Par 5.
That's the good thing. It's a bit open over here. You never know.
So that's what we need in life is luck,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, look.
That could be it. No,
No.
not it. You want it? Pinnacle. Got it. This will be a fun shot. Try and keep it low. Need a bit of a stinger. Yep, worked.
I'm gonna just get in the cart and go with that one. That was a good shot though. Nope. That's that pinnacle anyways.
Oh yeah, you don't care about that one.
Nah.
That looks like a beach out there.
I know, right?
They have their own private beach, which is a fairway bunker, but looks like a beach. What was it, 130?
130.
130,
Exactly, yeah.
but there's a bit of wind into us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, don't leak. Oh, stop.
Oh.
Playing with fire a bit, but it stayed on. Oh, that looks good too. Kick right, kick right. Oh, nice shot on the green, perfect.
He's on the green.
Very nice shot. Spin high. What did you hit there?
7.
7. No, that's pretty good 7. This is what frustrates the hell out of me with him. I would eat an 8 here, he would eat his sandwich. That would be a sandwich for you, right? That was 130.
52.
52 degree. Just to rub it in. Well, 2 putts for par, so
Okay,
30 putts.
come back.
Yeah. So what do you foresee in the near future for your business? Planning to grow right now, or is it establishing and
Establishing and getting to like where we have a savings. Because right now it's just like month to month.
what's your majority cost? Is it
Machines.
okay?
A very
So
expensive
capex stuff.
machines. I mean, my overhead's really expensive just because
Yeah.
all those people want to charge so much for the machines.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. But once we get our revenue up, and it's just getting new clients in the door, because once we do, we'll sell like $11,000 packages, it's all cash price.
Okay.
So it's going to start bringing hormones on.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, but I think that there's a need for it too, especially older.
Yeah. So I think we've got a downhill putt and an uphill putt.
I think yours is probably better bet, right?
It's a bit more uphill, I think.
Yeah, plus you're closer.
There's a few golf balls. I haven't seen any gators here yet.
You have it?
No. Jaco.
Putt.
Right line, just didn't go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, break.
Just on some form there.
Yeah, good putt.
Thank you.
There's some amazing golf courses in South Africa as well.
Oh, I bet.
So
I want to go.
yeah, you should. Where we go, which is close to the sort of the George area. I don't know if you know the country, but down south you get Cape Town, which is a major hub, and then you drive sort of up the coast northeast, and then you get a few towns, and George is one of them. Beautiful mountains, beautiful beaches, but the golf courses, there's a bunch of them that's sort of built on the cliffs, like Pebble Beach or like Bandon Dunes, and it's fantastic to play them.
Oh, I bet.
Beautiful.
How often do you go back to South Africa?
We try and go back every year.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you stay for like a good 3-4 weeks or something?
Yeah, so far, well, in the last few years, we've stayed for 2 months. But I think now we'll probably do less of that and just go for 3 weeks to 4 weeks. But I would definitely recommend for people to go visit.
Isn't crime is high over there though?
Yeah, and you have to be careful. I mean, the difference is as well, there's violent crime. Be careful if you do go. Be careful. Don't go out at night unless you go out with a few friends. Don't go alone. That's what I mean. And there's certain areas that you don't want to drive into, so make sure you stay aware of those areas. But if you can be pretty safe in the tourist areas, but there are some areas in the country where, yeah, it's pretty dangerous,
Really?
I would say.
That's what my employer was saying. She's like, you gotta go make sure you go with somebody that knows the city.
Yeah,
It's a lot
know where
safer.
to go and where not to go.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. Yeah.
What's your best advice for managing people?
Be firm, but be fair. Always be fair. If you're firm, that's fine, but as long as you're fair, and to me, that's That's pretty important. I mean, there's lots of things. You need to, again, be a good listener and so forth. But at the end of the day, they're here to make the company money. It's not a family reunion or whatever.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think, in the last few years that I've certainly worked, I don't know if it's a generational thing, but this whole work-life balance thing is a little overrated, in my opinion, in our days. And I'm sure there's most companies today still the same, but there's no issue working 12, 13 hours a day. That's how it should be. If you want to be successful, you have to put in the time. And, these countries like France, and there's a few countries that's starting to follow this 4 work days a week thing. I don't know how companies feel that's more productive to have their people work 4 days instead of 5 days. But things have changed, right, in the last number of years. The work-life balance thing, the selective hiring thing, it's all made it, I think, difficult for companies to perform, in my opinion, when they start to follow those initiatives.
Yeah. There's somewhere like they have unlimited time off too.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Like, how does that
And work from home as well. I know, when you're a small business and like Steph, it's fine. But when you really need to start to build a culture, how do you build a culture when everybody works from home? You can't.
Yeah, I don't think you can either.
No.
I think that's the biggest thing I've learned is to build a culture because essentially we're a small little, and especially women, right? You have to build a good culture.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they would be able to do that.
Yeah, successful companies have a good culture. That is absolutely true.
I heard, I think it's Ritz-Carlton. They still do like core values.
Yeah.
Did you guys live and die off of core
absolutely.
values?
Yep.
Did you say them every single week, like in meetings, or how did you
No,
or just when you fired or hired somebody? It was
No, it was up on the walls.
Oh, was
So yeah, it wasn't there. It's in your face. So there would be pictures, paintings with the core values. We had some of them with all the core values, or then distributed through one core value but depicted in a picture or whatever. To just sort of sink in, because pictures are good. Yeah. If you see it, it sinks in, and we did really live by it. Even when it goes to promotions or raises or bonuses at the end of the year, that's one of the things people get rated on. Is how do they live the core values of the company.
What were the main core values? I mean, I'm sure all of the companies were different, but I'm sure.
Yeah, for us, I haven't worked there for 4 years, so I have to remember now. The main ones were respect, innovation, because we're a technology company, so innovation was an absolute, probably for me, almost the number one up there. Yeah, those were the sort of 2 big ones.
The big ones.
Yeah. No, that's in the bunker. On the toe. That was not a great swing.
I'm going to get a lot better at golf though with this show.
That's well out. Oh. Ooh, go in. Go, 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 go.
Go on.
Oh, great putt.
Go on. Go on.
Oh.
Gave it a go. Thank you.
Almost. Usually somebody can pinpoint up to their life to be like, my teacher was like, I see something in you that,
Yeah,
or-
no, wasn't really that way for me.
Oh, my step's the same way though.
Yeah.
Just like you beat to your own drum.
Yep.
That's why I think a lot of the stuff it's like innately in us, whether we realize it or not. Like
Yeah, the drive.
The drive is passed
Yep.
down from somebody.
Yeah, no, for sure. It must be, because there's, it's so easy just to give up and do something else or whatever, but rather, fight through the struggles and get out on top on the other side. But it's worth it, right? It's worth fighting through it, and you learn a heck of a lot while you do it and while you go on the journey.
Yeah, and never stop learning about yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of people do. We go to school and then we're like, we're done.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that say, why do anybody play golf? Why do you hit a little white ball and go after it all the time? But it is mentally, it is just so unbelievable.
And I think that's what people don't pair a lot.
They
with
don't,
it.
no. People that don't play it don't see it that way.
Even the people who do play sometimes don't see it that way.
Exactly.
I'm like, if you could calm down your frustrations here, you could
Anyway.
fix your anger in life and anywhere.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's like Steph said, if you look at Scotty Scheffler and Patrick Cantlay, you would never say these are athletes.
Yeah.
And look at Scotty, he's like the best golfer probably since Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
And he may be even better than Tiger one day, who knows?
He just has the ability to overcome.
Yeah.
Is your club set so it's like that way a little bit more?
No, it's set for a more of a draw.
So you're saying it's me, is what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything. You're saying that. That's better. More solid. Yeah. And even if you look at John Daly,
Oh, yeah.
you wouldn't
John
imagine
Daly.
that he could play golf and he hits a ball a mile.
I'd love to interview John Daly.
Oh, I think that'll be so much fun.
Oh, he'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
I would be drunk by the time I got done. But
Probably on hole number 3. What do you mean?
cigarette in my life, but probably smoking cigarettes with John Daly. Talk me into it, whatever.
His son is just like that.
Really?
Yeah, apparently they were interviewing him one day and asking about his philosophy around driving. And what was his exact words? He hits driver like you don't give a fuck. That's what he said on the interview.
See, nature versus nurture.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like which one is it sometimes,
Yeah.
you know? What do you feel like your superpower is that has made you so successful then?
I think humility, a little bit. Just being humble and not let things, even if you are successful, don't let things go to your head and just stay humble. Because I don't think people would look at me as a big mouth, whatever.
No, just met you out and see that.
Yeah, but I enjoyed that. I mean, sort of people underestimate you a little bit in business and in meetings and so forth. But it's hard work.
Hard work.
Hard work is
Humility
probably
and
not
hard work.
humility and hard work, I would say. Yeah, nothing comes easy. You need to work for it. But stay humble while you do
Those
it.
people that you always think like, oh, they just got that easy break, but nobody ever talks about like the story of how they got there.
Yeah.
They said
Yeah.
like Edison tried to invent the light bulb like 3,000 times before he actually invented the light bulb.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But they just see the ending.
Yeah.
Oh, great ball.
Didn't see a splash. That was one of my better 3-woods in a while because I've been struggling with it. Go, go, go. Yeah. Yeah, nice shot.
And mine better 3-woods
Nice
too.
one. Beautiful. Yeah, I think whenever I speak to people about work, the number one thing that comes to mind is hard work. You just have to put in the hours, put in the effort, and, the success will come.
Yeah.
People that think they can go to the office and chat the whole day and chat people up and all of that, they're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, so many people nowadays, they just expect like bonuses and expect
Exactly.
everything else.
Yeah, I mean, look at what Elon Musk did. You hear what he did yesterday or the day before? Where he said people that works for the government, they have to give him 5 good things, positive things that they've done this past 2 weeks
Oh, wow.
if they basically want to keep their jobs. That's what he said, right?
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So start asking my staff that actually.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea. I mean, in the software development industry, we had what we call stand-ups. So every morning you just have a 15-minute stand-up. It's a quick meeting so everybody can sync up. And basically all they say is, what did I do yesterday? What is my focus for today? And what do I have problems? Where do I need help?
Did you bring up core values ever? What do you do that? So,
No, the core values were more in the one-to-ones. Spin, 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 spin. It's not coming back.
It is.
It is a little bit. There we go. There we go.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Birdie chance. It's the right distance for sure. It's a little right.
At least I got it up too. Gotta take what you can get.
Yep. I thought at one point it was going to stay up, and then luckily it started rolling back a bit because it was a bit deep. No. Well, luckily Jay is going to sink it for a birdie.
Right.
Yeah, definitely better. It's a problem always for, when you travel a lot and you sort of settle in a place and you always think, I'll go to this place close by when, in the future somewhere or whatever. And then if you look again, you move away and you've never been to those
Never been to
places
that
because you've only, traveled far by plane or whatever.
Yeah, that is
it's
very
sad.
true. Go to the same place all the time.
Yeah.
I didn't go right.
You didn't.
Cut that one out of the film.
Have you ever had sort of bad injuries while you've done sport?
No, actually, I have a bad back. Actually, but inherited.
Yeah.
I've actually never even sprained an ankle.
Even playing basketball? That's impressive.
No. What's the most you ever grew your companies to?
In terms of people or
No, like
revenue?
revenue.
And when I joined, the company was at about 70 million, and we grew it to about 250 million.
Wow.
Not too bad.
Not too bad at
No,
all.
it was good growth.
Was it hard to stay motivated ever?
Sometimes it is. I mean, it's like anything in life. Sometimes, just circumstances get you under a little bit, and motivation goes away. Then you just sort of try and do something different and bring it back again. But
And have something that like you always did, or just
yeah, just do something different. Take on another project or something like that.
yeah,
This is still a long way out.
yeah. And then there 3-wood shot like you had last time.
Yep. Got out of it. That could be troubling. Is this a par 4?
It could be troubling.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay, so I think mine is probably playable.
I think
I think yours is over here. Oh, okay. No, but then let's play this one.
You sure?
Because I'm not sure about mine. It could be in the trees. It's quite possibly.
Oh.
I pushed it again. Just get over the bunker. Nope.
Oh.
It's been a struggle of hole. This is golf. Previous hole was great, bunch of great shots, and then suddenly. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly go look for my balls.
Quit this game.
Ah, that was a nice shot.
Thanks. It might have been
Okay.
my second one, but
It's still a nice
doesn't
shot.
know. Go. Oh.
Yours is probably easier. I think this has got a double break to it.
Okay.
Little left to right. Oh, nice
Oh,
putt.
finally.
Great. Nice, Jay.
Thank you.
Nice one. Yeah, this reminds me of a course in Ottawa where we used to play the Marshes.
Stinky.
They've got the longest par 5 in Ottawa. It's 630 yards around a lake like this, and the whole course slopes towards the lake, or the whole hole. It's such a tough hole.
Turn.
Come off the bank.
A little far left, but it's in play. I think it's exciting to have startups and people that have the drive that you guys do.
It's definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
Maybe 39, well, 40 this year. I'm 39, but I think that's a like, we always think that, oh, I'm too old.
Yeah, that youngsters need to start businesses, and no, it's not true.
It doesn't matter when you start, as
Yeah.
long as you just start,
And believe in it.
believe in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounded good. Yeah, great drive. Definitely playing that one.
At least telling on that one. You know, I thought about that too, like, because obviously I'm not the best golfer. I've gotten way better. And tomorrow, the nose is really much better, but
Yeah.
I was like, if I let that fear of like criticism of me not being a good golfer hold
Ah,
from
no.
this, I never do it.
No. Interesting that there's no gators here. You would think they would be all over the place. It's Florida.
I'm okay with that though,
Yeah.
especially in that. It just smells like gator water.
Yeah. At least they're not aggressive like the crocodiles in SA and Australia.
Will they just come out?
Oh yeah, you'd better stay far away from the
Really?
crocodiles. Yeah, they'll be aggressive. Absolutely. It's a good hit, just a little left, but oh, it's out again. Nice. Okay, try and get a decent 9-iron in there. Cut.
Oh, nice shot.
Thanks.
I think we're playing yours.
So what do you think of the course?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
Minus the greens.
It's just the greens that they need to work on a bit. Okay, see if we can birdie one of these holes. Oh, it didn't break. Well, gave it a try. Good putt. Very good putt. Thank you very much,
Thank
Jay.
you.
It was great fun.
Okay, finish up with 2 questions. What do you think that is the most important life lesson golf's taught you?
I think it is the one about forget about the last shot in life, the last setback, and don't let it bring you down. Because if you take it with you forward, you're just going to spiral deeper and deeper and deeper into trouble.
Yeah.
It's forget about the bad things, look forward to the good things. That's what golf is about. If you, every golfer loses it sometimes and loses, but that's fine. Swear a bit and cuss a bit, and then throw a club if you have to. Don't really, but then just forget about it and move on.
And then if you could share 3 things like that maybe your kids to know when it comes to success, what would they be?
I would say, again, you need to work hard to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So the first thing is work hard, and you will enjoy the fruits of that. But you also, there is this balance where you still need to enjoy life, because you don't know when tomorrow will end. So you can just bury yourself in, and especially with Steph, we sort of see that sometimes where he would work 20 hours a day for days on it. Then don't go out to play golf. And I would sort of encourage him, just let's go play golf if we're together and things like that, just to get him away from it a little bit and at least have some fun, because you always have to have some fun.
Yeah.
And I know he has fun with his business, obviously you do, but there's also a lot of tension, like with any small business. So like, have fun when you have the opportunity to have fun. Be nice to people.
I love that.
Don't be rude. We always, my wife and I, she always, people always say, "Oh, you're so nice," and she just say, "Well, I'm nice because people are nice to me," and that's a big life lesson, in my opinion. Don't be an ale.
Yes. Well, I guess thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
Speaking of being nice, I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And if there's
Yeah,
any
it
way I
was
could
fun.
be of service to you, I mean, I don't know, because now you're just retired and living the good life.
Yeah, but you never know.
But you never know.
You
I'd
get
love
bored,
to be of
right? So
service to you,
no,
too.
for sure. But thank you, Jay. I really appreciate it, and it was fun.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. The golf we'll forget about, but